Hello, everybody. It's Calvin the Go here, and I am here discussing One Piece chapter 1071. We got a pretty good, decent chapter today, guys. Yesterday, or maybe the day before, I did a video on the spoilers, not knowing that the chapter was going to come out so quickly. This is actually one of the times that's the quickest times I've ever seen that the chapters actually came out. Um, we actually have two different sites coming out with the chapter OP scans and TCB scans. I don't really have loyalties to either one, but I've mostly been reading TCB, so I'm going to stick with TCB for now. But when OP scans was coming out a little bit earlier, I was doing that as well. Also, I'd really appreciate if you guys could like, share, and subscribe on this video, and spread the word so we can build a community over here. I'm going to be covering One Piece, and I will start to cover other series as I kind of get my groove into making videos about One Piece. But today, pretty solid chapter, guys. More. I know I keep saying this. I feel like I say this every week, but this is just what Oda does. He is setting up the chapter. He is trying to build all the tension. He's trying to give us all the information on things that's happening. And I feel like we're learning so much about this, about outside of Egghead as well, which kind of helps and makes things a little more interesting. Because we learn things about the Kid Pirates. We learn things about Garp. We learn things about Kuma. Right. Well, granted, the Kuma stuff is very intertwined with this arc, so I guess you can say that's not even really counting as outside information, right? But start the chapter, we see Kuma flying to the Red Line, and everyone's kind of freaking out, like, oh my gosh, like what's Kuma doing here? He's a slave, blah blah blah. I have no idea what he could be trying to do, but I think it's obvious that whatever Vegapunk programmed him to do, that it has to do with this. I think eventually, when Vegapunk and Bonnie get to have their one-to-one, their conversation, I think Vegapunk is gonna let her know that, yeah, I programmed him to do this. This is what he's gonna do. I don't really have a theory on it personally. I think there's gonna be people who are better at that kind of theory crafting type of thing, but at the end of the day, he's just going to be doing something. But I just am not sure what's going on there. And after that, we see that CB0 is talking with each other, and Stussy is talking to Lucci, and he's talking about how he doesn't really care about Luffy. He wants to keep pursuing them. He doesn't really acknowledge Luffy as a Yonko, which, I mean, I get it. Like, originally, when it was the whole fifth Yonko thing, you could say, yeah, he wasn't really a Yonko. But now, okay, bro, he beat Kaido. Like, what else do you want him to do, right? And he was beating you up too. So I don't know why he's trying to discredit him, bro. I think he needs to just give it up and say, I don't have the facilities for that. I can maybe fight Zoro. I can maybe fight Sanji. And I've heard people say that maybe even Jinbei can beat a Rob Lucci type of character. So maybe you're just not that guy anymore. Maybe you're just not ready for it, because originally when Lucci was able to fight with I'm pretty sure he bodied Zoro and Luffy together originally, then lost to Luffy 1-on-1, etc., etc. So I feel like he should know the accelerated growth rate of the Straw Pirates, considering he was able to wipe them out easily, and then like what, a day later, if that, they were able to beat him. So and all of his CP0 and all of his CP90 agents, right? So I feel like he should just realize he's just not in that league anymore. But I get it; it's his pride as a villain. It's his pride as a combatant that he wants to, to get his get back. I know he knows that he got humbled there. I mean, he was literally talking about how he was losing consciousness. Granted, him as an awakened zone, maybe it doesn't matter as much. Him getting knocked out, he can get back up. But at the end of the day, if you get knocked out, you're kind of. I think it's clear that you're not on that level, and he wasn't doing no bodgering gun type of attacks, right? Like, it wasn't like Luffy really pulled out all the stops when he was using Gear 5. I mean, all he really did was a couple of goofy attacks, and I'm not even sure if he's using Conqueror's coding or anything really. So it's hard to tell, but at the end of the day, Lucci needs to realize he is not on that level anymore, sir. Um, After that, we see all of the Vegapunks. They're trying to gather all their things. They're trying to get ready to go. They're trying to get out of Dodge because they know CB0 and the Marines are after them, trying to kill them because of the things they started to find out. I think it's really interesting and kind of silly that they haven't thought about this before. I feel like they should have known for a long time that someone of his of his brain power, of his magnitude, is gonna start to get into the taboo things. I don't even know what, and the thing that sucks is we don't even really know what they're trying to hide. We know they're trying to hide um, Void Century stuff, but we don't even really know what that entails, right? Um, we know a little bit, but we still don't know everything. We're still trying to figure all that out as things go on. So that's one thing. And as the CP0 agents were trying to move on, Lucci sent Kaku to destroy the Straw Hat ship. Little did he know that Zoro was there. Zoro was napping, and he had a pretty cool panel of Zoro blocking the gigantic Rankaku, and they started to getting a little scrap there. That's pretty cool. Even I mean, seeing Kaku's face, how he was like Ronora, like I feel like it was kind of. I think this is a little different than the Lucci thing. Lucci had a little more. I think he had a little more confidence when he was going up against Luffy as opposed to Kaku right now, because Kaku saw him instantly and just kind of, you got sweat coming down his face. So I don't know where this is gonna go. I think really, I think a lot of these things that are happening is mostly to stall until Kizaru gets there. I think like with the Bonnie and Vegapunk thing, like they're gonna veer off and do different things. There's gonna be things to get in the way, but I don't think that it's really gonna amount to much. It's more so a stalling tactic for the fleet to get there and for the real action of the arc to start. After that, we see that the Kid Pirates have arrived on Elbaf. And this is something that a lot of people have been talking about. This is what I love about this community, right? Like the One Piece community as a whole. Almost everyone was talking about how, okay, well, Elbaf and Hashinosu and all these different islands are close to Wano. So a lot of people were talking about how maybe one of the top three of the supernova will run into Blackbeard, and that happened, right? And a lot of them were saying, okay, well, maybe one of them are going to go to Elbaf. You know what I'm trying to say? And I think it's obvious that the Strats are eventually going to end up in Elbaf as well. So I just love how everyone is able to kind of like pseudo, like we know the story so much that we kind of are starting to get things before they even happen on the page yet, right? And I know people take that a little too far when they kind of jump the gun on things that haven't even happened yet. But at the end of the day, the community is so tight knit and so knowledgeable about One Piece that they're able to kind of predict things before they even happen, which I think is pretty cool. Like on some category future sight type stuff. But I really like that too. Um, I'm not sure what's gonna happen there, but at the end of the day, I think I'm glad that Kid is really starting to get more focus. We know for so long, for years and years, Kid had no focus at all up until the Wano arc happened, and a lot of people weren't even really satisfied with with his character arc. A lot of people. I mean, I think it's obvious he's powerful, but now it's like, okay, how powerful? How powerful is he going to be all time? He's going to be one of the strongest of all time. He's going to be the Whitebeard of the era, like people have been trying to say. I'm not sure about that yet, but we will see soon enough, right? And I think the whole man marked by flames plot line is finally going to get the ball rolling on that, and that's really cool that Kid is really pursuing the One Piece, and he is really trying to be a candidate to be the king of the pirates, even though we know the Strats would mollywop them if they all fought each other, right? But that's neither here nor there. It's not all about power scaling at the end of the day. I like that we have more people really vying for the position. He has poneglyphs. He actually has the facilities to potentially do that, right? It's not like a joke where he has no poneglyphs. He has nothing. He's just aimlessly wandering through through the sea, right? And a lot of people that think that Killer may have the third eye. So if that happens, then he really is going to have many things going for him in terms of becoming the king of the pirates. But we know who really will become the king of pirates. But that's neither here nor there. I really like that he is trying and vying for it, and not just running around doing stupid stuff. Um, that was a very short part of the chapter, but I just wanted to kind of get my thoughts on Kid and where he's going to go. I may do a Kid video just kind of talking about where I think Kid's character is going to go and where he's going to end up by the end of the series. But that's neither here nor there. And the last part of the chapter, we see that Vice Admiral Dahl is talking to someone on the phone, and it turns out to be the GOAT, Vice Admiral Garp. And Garp is trying to go after Kobe. his apprentice, which makes sense. He's trying to save his beloved his beloved teammate. I mean, think about it. Like, he's been training him since he was a scrub, right? So, in the pre-time skip, like when they first became Marines. So I think he really feels a sense of pride when it comes to Kobe and Homepo. He really built them up, and if they become legends, they become admirals. I think a lot of that is going to be on the heels of Garp and his hockey knowledge and his just overall battle knowledge. I mean, honestly, I know Luffy got Rayleigh, but I think Garp might be the best you can get in the current day, especially because it was for years. You know what I'm saying? It was for a long time that he got to train with them, and that's really exciting. So it's not like where Luffy kind of trained with Rayleigh for that. I think it was a year and 6 months. No, he was training with him. It's almost like if Luffy got to train with Rayleigh from the start. Like, how powerful would he be in that scenario? I think that'd be a little too much, but that's one thing. Because imagine if Luffy was going in the East Blue with hockey. There would be no one to stop him until like Mihawk. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's neither here nor there though. Um, but no, Garp is trying to pick up Homepo and Hikari, I think, and then he's trying to go rescue Kobe. That's kind of a scary thing for me. I don't even know if Blackbeard is actually on Hachinosu because remember he was fighting with Law, so he might not even be there. It might be a thing where they kind of miss each other. But if he does see him, that's kind of scary because I'm kind of seeing death flags there. I'm kind of thinking of Jiraiya vibes where it's like, you know going out there on a mission, especially with not really much help. Like, you're going into enemy territory with just Helmeppo and Hikari. I don't think that's enough at all. Um, and it might be a way to give us a good measuring stick on how powerful Blackbeard is going to be because we know how important he's going to be at the end of the story. So we have to see what happens there. I think I'm going to do a Gart versus Blackbeard video on how I think that would go. Um, Spoiler alert, I think it's a high diff still, but I don't think that there's any way that Garp would actually be able to win in current day. Of course, if he was in his prime, he's one of the strongest of all time. I think he's top 5 strongest characters of all time in his prime, clashing with Roger, the Rocks incident, all that stuff. I think he's one of the best who's ever done it. But I'm pretty scared for him and his safety when it comes to going after Blackbeard. Especially with Shiryu there as well. Kuzan, I think a lot of people are saying, "Oh, what if Kuzan fights Garp?" I don't even think that's a possibility. I think pretty sure Kuzan was a Garp fanboy back in the day, so I don't really see that happening. But at the end of the day, pretty good chapter of One Piece today, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching the video. I'd really like if you guys could like, share, and subscribe. And Calvin the Goat signing out. I will be dropping another video this week. Have a good day, guys.